Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us. Oh, goodness gracious. I think we are officially live. Happy National Coffee Day, my friends. Let's see. Are we live? Yes, we are live. Here we go. Going to share real quick with our friends in our groups. We're going to share with the VIPs and their team. Okay, we are official. We are now live in all the places. You can also find us live over on YouTube if you are having issues with Facebook. Oh, hey, Miss Sherry. Glad you could join us. All right. So, few quick little housekeeping things. Paper Pumpkin, we are in the October subscription period, and holy moly, tomorrow is the last day of September. We are moving right into October. We've had some amazing September weather that, gosh, I don't even remember having a September this nice. It's more like summer than fall. We've had like 80-degree weather for the last couple of days. Yeah, amazing. But anyway, we are in the October Paper Pumpkin subscription period, and I have the wrong quarter here. I know I have the new one here someplace, just not seeing what I did with it. But we do have a new set of add-on dies that are available. You just got to make sure you're using your Paper Pumpkin email to order them, because they do confirm that you are a current subscriber. I have no idea what I did with it. Anyway, so yeah, new subscription period is open. That's fine, Sherry. Understood. Hope you're feeling better. But anyway, so you have until October 10th to get into the October kit. The October kit will be a Christmas theme. I believe the October and the November are Christmas themed, honestly. And then December, we get into more everyday theme again. So if you are interested in the October Paper Pumpkin, you have the 11 days to get in to subscribe. October 1st also starts a new starter kit special. Just wanted to make sure everybody is aware of that. Our starter kit is always the very best deal in the catalog. To become a demonstrator, it's $125 worth of product. You get free shipping, and it's $99. So you're $125 worth of product. You're paying only $99 plus tax, no shipping. So again, best deal ever. However, periodically, Stampin' Up! Will have a starter kit special, and October is the month they are doing a special, and it's, again, a phenomenal deal. You're going to add an additional $30 value to your kit. So instead of $125 worth of product, you are going to pick out $155 worth of product, and you're still going to pay only $99. Shipping remains free. You also get some free business supplies like order forms, hostess packets, things like that. You'll also get a free Paper Pumpkin in your kit. It's usually a past kit that has already been out there, and they're random. We don't know what one you're going to get. And again, it's free shipping. You just pay tax on that, $99. And it's, again, shipped to your door. And then you are now a full-fledged demonstrator, and you get to choose what you do with that demonstrator ship. You can shop from yourself at a discount, because now from there on out, you get a 20% discount. And that discount can raise up to 25% at some point, based on your sales or how much you purchase. Oh, hey, Arlene, glad you could join us. Or you can be a full-fledged demonstrator and start doing classes to help pay for your membership, I guess you would call it. So yeah, totally up to you on how you do that. But again, the starter kit is a super amazing deal. Highly, highly recommend. And of course, I would love to have you on my team if you so choose to do that. Next, for the month of October, there's also going to be an amazing sale on our kits collection. Up to 30% off on all of our kits during the month of October. Each kit comes with everything you need to create a unique paper craft. There's card making kits, there's decor kits. I'm telling you, the kits are getting better and better each time, and I am actually a big fan of the kits, especially when you, like myself, have limited time. You just don't feel like you have the time to sit down and be creative. Kits are a great opportunity to get your card stash built up, because we all need those card stashes because things come up. We have birthdays. We have sympathy. I mean, just there's all kinds of occasions where we need cards, and sometimes we just need that stash. And if you just don't have the time to get into your craft room and get down and dirty crafty, their kits are a lifesaver, because you can throw a kit together in no time at all, and now your stash is built up and you're ready for when you need a card. So just wanted to put that out there. Those are the things that are happening in October. The other thing that's happening in October, you want to make sure that you are on my email list, because my friend Cindy and I are going to be teaming up, and well, it's not actually starting in October. We're starting November 1st, but now's the time to get in on that email list, because beginning November 1st, our Christmas Express will begin. You'll get 2 projects every week for 6 weeks, helping you get that Christmas crafting done and ready to roll, so that you're ready to mail them out early December, so we're not waiting until Christmas Eve to mail out our Christmas cards. So for those of you who have been with us and did the Christmas Express last year, we're doing it again this year. But if you missed out on the Christmas Express, make sure you're on my email list. Okay, tonight we are featuring the Sweetest Star Bundle. This is so stinking cute. But I'm also going to show you a project using the Star Punch to get a 3D star, and we're going to make, well, partially made. I've already got part of it started. We're going to show you how I did it. I'm not going to get into those details yet, but anyway, this is our featured set. So we're going to get going, and I'm going to show you what we're making tonight. Card number 1 is a fun fold with Mr. and Mrs. Claus. And it opens like so, and it may your days be merry and bright. And card number 2, also a very super simple fold. It's wishing you a holly jolly Christmas with our little gingerbread guy, and he's baking spirits bright. So I'm going to show you how to make that as well. So those are the 2 cards, and then I'm going to show you how to do the 3D project with the wreath. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with card number 1 here. I have here a Granny Apple Green card base. So we have a couple pieces of that here. And I'll go over all the measurements. This card will also be the featured card for the week. And I will be sending out a recipe for this card in my email. I believe the email is going to be going out on Tuesday, which will be October 1st. So you will get all, it's not full instructions, but you'll get the measurements and everything in that email. So if you want all that, make sure you're on my mailing list, because like I said, this will be the featured card for the week. And let's see, measurements. So this card base here, this is the 5.5 by 7 1/4. And I scored it at 3 inches. We need our bone folder, so we're going to go ahead and fold on that 3-inch score line. So that goes like so. And then I have a 4 1/4 inch square. And then I scored it at 1 inch on the one end. So we're going to go ahead and press that out as well. Then I have some designer paper. This comes from the Take a Bow pack. So I have the red and white polka dot, and then I have this random polka dot that has real red, granny apple green, and garden green are the colors in this paper. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to grab our adhesive here, and I'm going to add this piece, which is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. How long does COVID last? It can last up to 10 days, Sherry. Let's see, better if I do it this way. So we're just going to add this to our card base, just like so. And then we have this piece of designer paper, which is 3 inches by 4 inches. And that's going to layer right here. Okay, next, I'm going to add some adhesive here. Now I'm using Seal Plus, but I would say probably if you want a really good, strong adhesive, Seal Plus is very strong, but if you really want to make sure it's not going to come apart, tear and tape would probably be your best friend here, but we're going to go ahead and just use our Seal Plus. We're going to fold that. Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure I have an even border on. Well, that's probably not the best way to do that. Let's make sure I'm holding this tab up to make sure I've got, it's not, doesn't need to be perfect, but I want it to be pretty close to being centered. That looks pretty good right there. You want it to be at the very end here, edge, and then you can seal that down, and then that goes just like so. So there's your fun fold. Okay, now I have a piece of basic white. This is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to get my May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, and I want garden green. And this is for the inside of our cards. We're going to ink that up in garden green. And that's going to go right there. May your days be merry and bright. Cool thing, this particular sentiment is designed to fit inside the star. So if you were to, you could punch that out and it would look amazing. But because I'm using it on the inside, I didn't need to do that. But this goes in, and now you're going to cover, and you're never going to know that that little flap is there. So we're going to get that all nice and straight. And that goes like so. Oh, hey, sis. Glad you could make it. All right. Now I have a scrap here. This is some basic white. And I'm going to bring in Mr. Claus. And I want Memento Black ink because we are going to be using some blends to color him in. So this is the Santa Claus. All right. So now we're just going to stamp him here like so. He looks perfect. And then we're just going to flip that around. And we're going to bring back our Memento Black ink because we're going to do Mrs. Claus. And there's the Mrs. Okay, so now we're going to flip that around. We're going to do some coloring. So we have Granny Apple Green. I have Real Red. I have the Dark Lemon Lolly for his belt buckle. I was going to use Daffodil Delight, but mine is all dried up, so it's time for a new one. We have the medium light pear, which is 700 and 800 for his face. And we have some smoky slate and basic black. And of course, Winkostella, because you have to have Winkostella when you have a Santa Claus. It's a rule. It's unspoken, but it is a rule. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus get glitter from Winkostella. All right, so I'm using the 800 medium light, and we're just going to color in his little face. Just like so. His ears. Then I'm going to take the 700 and we're going to do his little nose. And then I'm just doing a little bit of cheeks and his ears, because that just adds a little extra pink to him, because, you know, Santa's going to have a little bit of pink in his cheeks and his nose. Okay, next we're going to do, where did we put him? Actually, you know what? Yes, we did use that. That was on her. Okay, I just need to see what I colored here. All right, next we need the Real Red. We're going to start with the dark Real Red. And I'm just adding some color up here on his little hat. And then around his sleeve. Like so. And then I just a little bit of a outline around his whiskers with it. Just because you would expect his whiskers to kind of shadow. So, and then right around his belt. I'm going to set those there for a minute. And then we're going to come in and just blend a little with our marker. We're using the light now to do the blending and coloring in. These are so stinking cute. And if you go looking on the internet, there's somebody out there, another demonstrator. I can't remember who she is, but if you, again, go looking for the Sweetest Star, she like turned these into like a lumberjack and other things besides they're intended. All right, so now I'm going to do his pants. Again, coming back with that dark real red. Under the belt. Again, anywhere you would expect a little bit of shadow. Close that up. Color it in with the light. And you absolutely can color in with the light and then go back with the dark if you prefer. And a lot of times that is what I do. But when I'm in a hurry, sometimes it's easier to do it the other way because you're not spending so much time trying to blend. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to do his buckle. I've got the dark lemon lolly. We're just doing the buckle. Like so. And then I'm going to take I'm using the light black. I don't like to use the dark black because it's so dark. So I'm just using light black. I'm doing his mittens. His little boots. And then I'm going to do his belt. And I'm just using like there. And there. And then I'm going to take the dark smoky slate and blend. I feel like I get a much better blend using the light black and the dark smoky slate. Because like I said, that dark black it's jet black and it's hard. Harsh. Okay, and then I'm going to use the light smoky slate and just like underneath his mustache, again, kind of those shaded shadows. And then just a little bit in here. Just because, he's white, but he might have a little gray in there. He might. All right, so there's that. And then to finish him off, we have a little Winkastella. We're going to do this little fur trim. And then, of course, his whiskers. you can see the shimmer. Try to capture it. I don't think the camera's going to catch it, but he's shimmery, very shimmery. Okay, we're going to go ahead and punch him out. So you get him lined up. Like so. And he's ready to go. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do her up. So we're going to do the same thing with her little face. I've got the 800. And we're just going to fill in her face. Then we're going to take the 700. And we're going to do her little nose. And then we're just going to give her some rosy cheeks because, again, you would expect a Mrs. Claus to be rosy. Okay. Take that light smoky slate. And we're going to do just a little bit in her hair. I mean, we're leaving it primarily white, but we're just doing a little of that. Okay. Next, we're going to take some of the red again. So we got the light and the dark. I'm going to start with the dark. And again, down her sleeve. And then right around the ruffles, all I did was kind of like dot it in there because otherwise the paper kind of like sucks that alcohol ink right in and you'll end up with ink going in places you didn't want it because I want the ruffle to be white. So I'm just kind of like dotting into those little spots. All right, and then we're going to come above the apron line. And then same thing, little dots. Around the fringe. Okay, set this aside for just a minute. Take our light, color her in. I hope everyone's had a great weekend. Yesterday we went, sister-in-law and my niece, we went and did a little shopping. Oh, hi, Julie from North Dakota. That's awesome. So glad you could join us. We love having new people hang out with us. All right. So we hit, of course, Hobby Lobby while we were out there. We went out to Oswego. We went to Rudy's Lakeside restaurant there and had a fabulous meal. If you have never been to Rudy's and you live here in upstate New York, you gotta go. You have until October 14th to go have a lakeside meal because they close for the winter. And October 14th is their last day. It's so good. Then we did some shopping. We hit the Ontario Orchard again. Of course, I got some more of that mashed potato squash. I haven't tried it yet, but I got more because I figured one little tiny squash wasn't going to do it. So I went ahead and bought 3 more. And now I got to make it because I am excited to try it. All right, using the light again, we're going to go back in here and just fill her in. Oops. Got some great Dollar Tree finds. But Hobby Lobby is always like my highlight. I always find amazing things in there. And they had a wicked sale in there. I came out of there like so happy that I thought I spent way more money than I did. So 40% off on all their fall decor and 50% off on their Christmas. Okay, sure. I'm in the market for Christmas stuff. All right, and got my light black again, doing her boots and her mittens. Of course, I'm like, I know it's only September, but like I think I've been focused on fall so much that I'm kind of like over the fall stuff already, and I was looking at the Christmas stuff, which was awesome. All right, and now we're going to do her little apron string here. So I got the granny up. I'm going to start with the dark. And just going here at the edge. Looks like my dark is seeing better days. It's going to be time to replace this one. Okay. And then we got the light. And we're just going to fill that in just like so. All right. Now, to finish her apron, I'm going to get these out of the way. We need bring this in. I need a little piece of scrap from, yeah, that'll work. This paper. This is again Take a Bow paper. And we're going to bring Mrs. Claus back. And a Memento ink. Just need, well, and all we're going to do is we're going to take her apron and stamp it right there. There we go. That should be good enough. And we want our snips. Where'd they go? Okay. You know I'm not a fussy cutter. Oh, you did it last night, Cher? Oh, I gotta do it. All right. Now we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut right on that stamped line. And then we're just gonna okay. So that's all we need is that little piece of her. There it is. I'm just going to add some adhesive. And then we're just going to add that to her apron. So now she has a pretty apron and she doesn't get left out of the Wink of Stella. She is also going to get a little sparkle for her hair, because I figure if my hair sparkles, hers ought to sparkle too. Not that I want mine sparkling, but you know, I've reached that age where I have all kinds of glitter in my hair. And then we're just going to do all around that little apron. And there she is. And now we're going to punch her out. Yeah. I am like totally in love with that Ontario orchard. Like the produce in there is flipping amazing. And they had these humongo mums. I mean, I'm telling you, they were mums that were huge. Huge. Okay, we need dimensionals now. Where are my dimensionals? Stuck. Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to add some dimensionals to Mr. and Mrs. Claus. It's like we are pull the backing off of her and shoot. She's going to go up here in the corner like so. And then he will come down below. He goes in that direction like so. And there is card number 1. Ta-da! I think this is such a cute little fold. Super simple. Love it. Oh, glad you're feeling better, Sherry. Okay. On to card number 2, which is our adorable little gingerbread guy here. He's wishing you a holly jolly Christmas, baking spirits bright. So this one, again, ridiculously simple for a fun fold. We need our card base here. So we have a 4 1/4 by 11 cherry cobbler, and it's scored at 5 1/2. I have a scrap of pecan pie. I have basic white, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have 2 pieces of designer paper. This paper comes from the Iconic Celebrations, which is an online exclusive. So this one, we have 2 pieces. This one measures 2 1/4 by 4. And this one measures 4 by 2 3/4. Then I have a scrap 1/2-inch piece of basic white for our sentiment that we're going to be cutting into pieces. And so for this one, we have our cherry cobbler card base. This is, like I said, 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. Now we need to chop off a 3-inch from the front. And we're going to use that to be part of our card. So I'm going to bring my trimmer in. And we're just going to go ahead, move that out of the way. So we have to line this up at 3 inches, which is right there. Chop that off. So that's how you get that. And then that turns like so for your card. Keep that close by because we're going to need that. Again, okay. So again, super simple. There was no, where did I put that bone folder? Because this needs a little more of a press. There we go. So we're going to start by putting our plaid piece here on the front of this little spot. So get that all lined up. Thank you, Julie. I'm glad you liked it. Julie, I had never heard of mashed potato squash either until I went to this Ontario orchard and they had them there. And I looked it up. They are not common, but they sound amazing, especially when you're trying to like low carb. It's vegetable instead of starch. Okay, so then we're going to add this little piece to there. Every recipe that I have found for it, they say it is a great substitute for mashed potatoes. The one recipe I found, the one I want to try, you mash it with roasted garlic and butter, and you now have an amazing like mashed potato and garlicky mashed potatoes, I guess. So I'm excited to try it. All right, before we stick this on the inside, we're going to stamp Baking Spirits Bright. And we're going to stamp that in Mossy Meadow. So we're bringing in some Mossy Meadow. And that's going to go in here right about center. Ta-da! Baking Spirits Bright. Okay. Close this up before we have a bad accident. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and add our adhesive. Add this to the inside of our card here. Oop. That looks good. All right. And then that's going to go on the front right about there. So I'm going to make sure we add our adhesive to this end only. That should be plenty right there. And then I like to eyeball and try to get an even border on the three sides there. And that looks pretty good right about there. There we are. So that's that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in our pecan pie. Where did I put? Under here. Come on out. Okay. Got my embossing buddy. And you want to do your embossing buddy. That helps get any static, any oils from your fingers. Well, I'm going to guess probably it will, Julie, because we are here in upstate New York where I think Alaska's warmer than we are usually. So if you're not colder than Alaska, you're probably good. Here in, it's not even upstate New York. They call us central New York, but we're over here by Lake Ontario. And we get lake effect snow, and it's cold, and it gets miserable in the wintertime. So yeah. I think if you were to, we were in like in the zone 3 or 4 for the growing zones. You're better off picking things that grow in zone 3 or it won't grow around here. I know it's weird warm. We were 80-ish here too. Mid 70s to low 80, which is really weird. It's not typical for around here. By now we are pretty blustery and our wood stove is going. There you have it. So it'll grow. Because yeah, that's what we're a zone 3, 4. And like I said, more likely 3. Okay, there is our little gingerbready, so stinking cute. Okay, next I have here some white embossing powder. We're gonna go ahead. But yes, never ever heard of this stuff, the white or the potato squash, but oh my gosh. You're welcome. Check it out because it sounds really amazing. And it looks just like an acorn squash, only it's white. That's the only thing different as far as, looks go. It looks exactly like a little acorn squash, but it's white. Okay, I got my little tweezers so I don't burn my little fingers. We're going to get our heat tool here. Oh, goodness gracious. Don't knock anything over. We're going to set it on setting 2. So we have the 2 settings. 1 for drying your ink. 2 for melting embossing powder. So we're going to let that heat up for just a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and melt our powder on our cute little there it goes. Gingerbread guy, he's adorable. There we go. He's so cute. Check him out. Ooh. Okay. Next up, he goes through the punch. Maybe. There we go. There's our little guy. And we're going to get some dimensionals for him. All right. All right, peel those backings. And then he's going to go right there. So cute. Okay, now I have this big long piece of scrap. It's a 1/2 inch wide. That's the main thing, and long enough to accommodate this long sentiment. I need my real, oh no, I'm not using real red. I'm using cherry cobbler ink, which is right here. And we're going to ink this up. This is wishing you a holly jolly Christmas. So we're going to go. I got to bring this down so I can see what I'm doing here. No, maybe a little bit further. I apologize if I'm not totally in frame here, but I got to see what I'm doing. Hope my head is not in your way. So I can't see. There we go. Here's hoping. Ha, we did it. Okay. So we have our wishing you a holly jolly Christmas. And now we bring in our snips. So first thing, we're going to wishing you, and then a holly jolly, and then Christmas. Save that for another opportunity. All right, so we're just going to cut up some dimensionals here. All right, so wishing you. This is Christmas. And a holly jolly. So we're going to take wishing you. That's going to go up here like so. And then a holly jolly. Now this one I want to put on there a little bit crooked. And then Christmas will go on a little straighter. Like so. And there is card number 2. Ta-da! All right. Now I was going to show you a project I am working on. It's not complete. And it probably won't get complete tonight, but I am going to show you how I'm working on it and what I'm doing. But when we were out shopping, like I said, there was 50% off Christmas stuff. Got this cute little wreath. It was regular $7.99. I got it on sale for like $4. Thank you, Julie. I'm glad you like that card. So, and then I'm using my glue gun and I'm putting these cute little stars, but you'll see that they are dimensional. Did you see that? They're dimensional. I'm going to show you how to get that dimension from this punch. So, I'll set that aside. And I'm just using my glue gun to glue them on. But I punched out a whole passel of, I got some crumb cake. And I got Moody Mauve. And then I have some of the Iconic Celebrations paper. These little trees, which is also like a Moody Mauve. The trees are Moody Mauve. And then there's like a pinkish background. So to get that dimension, we need our trimmer here. Absolutely, Julie. That's the whole. It's a cute little piece to put out, and I very well may take that to work. All right, so I don't know if I want to get this. Well, maybe I can get the top in. We'll do it this way. So you're going to line up the tip and then the divot in the track. And we're going to use our scoring blade and score. And then you turn it. So now it's divot, tip. So divot, point, or tip, whatever you want to call it. Score again. You're going to do that 5 times around. So next time it's tip, divot. Divot, tip. Tip, divot. Divot, tip. This should be our last time around, I think. Oop. Oh, one more. Oh no, that one's done. Okay, so that was all 5 times. So now, let me get this out of the way. I have all my score lines. So now I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to fold on each one of those score lines. And it just kind of gets them all going. And now your tips, your divots are your valley folds. Your tips are your mountain folds. So now you just go and kind of accordion all those little score lines. And now you have a dimensional star. Easy peasy. So then I would just take my glue gun, add some glue, which I have it over on my other work surface. So I don't have that over here to finish this project with you. But I just wanted to show you. And then that would just kind of go there. And like I said, then I would alternate the colors. That will go there. And this one will go here. Make sure my trees are going in the right direction. But is that not stinking cute? And again, very super simple. And it has a little hanger on here. It came with. So again, if you have a Hobby Lobby near you and you got the 50% off on Christmas decor, grab one. $4. Oh, I'm sure it would still look just as cute, Julie. As a matter of fact, I was kind of thinking of maybe putting, and then coloring him in the Moody Mauve instead of red and have him on there, and I'll add add a bow. So. You do have a Hobby Lobby. Awesome. Check them out. I may have to go back and see if I can't find another one because I got thinking, I think I want to do one. I have to see what I have for designer paper to mix in, but I would love to do the crumb cake in Misty Moonlight blue. And of course, you can also, just like the one here in the catalog, you would just use a paper You could create a wreath using paper and circle dies, and then you would just add your stars on like that. So that's where the inspiration came from. And then when we were shopping yesterday and I saw the wreath, I was like, oh, I have an idea. So, oh, you're so welcome, Sherry. I'm glad you could come join. Yeah, definitely cute for a kitchen. Agreed. Oh, Julie, that's a great idea. The gingerbread man with the kitchen. Oh, you could, you know what? There's tons of gingerbread stuff, especially in Hobby Lobby. They had all kinds of gingerbread decorations. You could actually get really fun with that. For sure. So definitely highly recommend the Star Punch in the Sweetest Star Bundle. Honestly, just go for the bundle. But if you decided the stamp set isn't for you, you gotta have the punch. The punch is just way too fun, and so many things you can do with that. And I think this punch will carry out. I mean, you can use this for like 4th of July decor, all kinds of stuff, making those 3D stars. It's not, stars aren't just for Christmas. No, there isn't directions for the one in the catalog, but like I said, it would really be, seriously, if you have the deckled circles dies, which are an online exclusive, you would just use like the largest one and maybe not the second largest, but the next largest down, so and make like a frame circle out of like a 6x6 piece of cardstock. And then you would just make your stars like I just showed you. You punch out a bunch of stars and then score them. Again, like I said, it's 5 times around, so you're scoring every single peak and valley. Yeah, so it's 5 times around. And do all your folds. There you go. You've got the deckled dies. You can definitely do that. Like I said, I would do a 6x6 piece of cardstock, the largest, and then, like I said, maybe the 3rd largest, so that you have a nice border. And then you could make wreaths all day long. All right, friends, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. I so appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out and spending your Sunday evening with me. I do want to wish you a fabulous rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. And God willing, I will see you again next weekend. I'll be here Sunday at 7 p.m. with some more fun projects. So have a great rest of your night, guys, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.